Hey guys, Thrifty Christian here. I just wanted to put out a quick video since I haven't put one out in a while. And this is to all the embroiderers out there looking to make patches. These are some... What's the matter with you? So I'm so sorry. She's whiny. Poor baby. You don't get no attention. Poor baby. Oh, she's so precious. Patch making. I just want to talk really quick about how difficult it is to make patches that are stiff and that look good. And I want to go and share the tips and tricks that I've learned. I've taught myself some of these things, and hopefully it helps somebody out there. So I want to start off by saying that I've done just about every technique that there is, and I finally have found this one to work the best. So what I'm going to start is I'm just going to start by explaining the material that I use here. Okay, so this is just basically, this is twill. This is a polyester twill right here that I bought off the shelf at Joann's Fabrics. And this is buckram. This right here is a cotton buckram. And this is a iron-on buckram, so this basically has some adhesive on the surface of the buckram, and then you just lay it flat on top of the twill, and then you iron the back of it here, and on a flat surface, and it'll stick to it. So I didn't really put a lot of pressure on the corners, but it is sticking here, and it just has to stick long enough for me to be able to put it in the machine and start getting some stitches on it. So here's a piece that I just cut this piece out from that roll, and I'm just gonna put it in the center of the hoop there. I'll talk real quickly about this plastic, this black plastic that I used here. It's just black plastic from Home Depot. It's a 4 mil plastic. I use black and I use clear. Okay, so the reason why I use black and I use clear is because the border. So the border of this patch is going to be black. And when I do these applique patches, I'll show you after I stick it in the machine that black in with black stitches, because the black border, satin border that I stitch around the outer edge, goes halfway on the material and halfway on the plastic. So unfortunately, some of the plastic is left inside that border, and if it's clear, you can see it through the black stitches. So I use black plastic so you can't see it on a black satin border thread. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video, I'm gonna stick it in the machine, and I'm gonna let this thing run for a minute. Okay, that took all of about 10 seconds. I just put it in there. This is my run stitch, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim with my beautiful little applique scissors here. As you can see, they have a swoop in them that allows me to get down inside the hoop here and trim this out. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. I've trimmed it out. You can still see the black thread right around the edge there. So I just trimmed it out. Now I'm going to pop it in the machine, and I'm going to start putting a white fill stitch on top of this. And what that's going to do is it's going to add some rigidity to it. So the buckram adds one layer of rigidity, but there's a problem, and I'll explain that as soon as I'm done. Okay, so right here what's happening is I am laying down white stitches on top of that white fabric and that white buckram. Okay, doing a basic fill stitch, but the difference here is that it's a less dense fill. In other words, it's stitching left to right, and then at an angle, and then vertically. So what that does is it offers rigidity to it without pulling the material, drawing it in. Remember, the more dense the stitches, the tighter the stitches, the more it tends to draw the material and pucker. Okay, so it just finished. That took probably 2 minutes to do. And what I want to do is I want to try to see if I can't zoom in here and see if I can't show you guys if it will clean up. You can kind of see, there we go. You can see what I'm talking about. So just by doing that, I've now created a denser, stiffer patch. Normally I would use like this material from Walmart. This is just some thin black material. I like it because it is polyester, but it's not thick enough, and you can't put any type of buckram on this. It won't stick to it. You can use spray adhesives and things like that, but in the end, it just doesn't work. It doesn't stick. It's horrible. So what I do is I use the same technique of putting a very light fill of stitches on top of this, and it actually gives the texture a better look. So if you look, it's kind of textured versus this pre-manufactured textured look. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys out there that are making patches and are finding it difficult to figure out how to make your patches a little more stiff. So you can either do it like I said. You can go and buy this buckram at Joann's. They have it there. It's generally it's hanging on a rack. It's in a little plastic bag rolled up in a tube. You can buy that. I wish I had the number. I would share it with you, but I don't. And then just iron your twill onto it, or you can just do it like I said. You can take your material and just do a light. I think I set my my density at 25. So on your software, as you start moving the density level up, you can actually see the stitches grow apart on the screen. You can see it widen out, and then you can manipulate it there. Give it a couple of tries, and then you'll get the hang of it, and then you'll create a nicer, denser patch that you won't be really embarrassed to sell just as a patch. Because on Amazon I sell patches, and when I first started, it was horrible. It was embarrassing. I was sending out floppy patches, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. Then I figured out how to do it like this. So as you can see here, you can see some of the wrinkles. I wanted to kind of show you. If that were a denser stitch out, these wrinkles would be pulling really, really tight. See over here, you barely have any. So that's the thing I wanted to share with you guys. I hope it helps you out. Give me a holler if you have any questions. Have a good one. Richard Christian out.